Welcome back to Festival Tales podcast. Sorry, the Zoom lady talked at me. I
Did not do
can't.
that. It didn't do that last time.
She's never talked to me like that before. I'm so frazzled. Sorry, you guys. Welcome back to the podcast. We normally have a different way of recording, you guys, but I've never heard the Zoom lady be like recording in progress. So here we are. But welcome back, you guys. We are so happy to have you here. Thank you so much for tuning into the podcast today and checking us out. Before we get started with today's story, don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, all the things. It really helps us out as a newer podcast on the scene, and we hope you guys have been loving it, especially with festivals and whatnot coming back. You guys can submit your stories at any point. We hope you guys enjoyed the Ubby episode last week, and Babs and I definitely have some festivals we're going to in the next couple of weeks that we can't wait to report back on. If you are going to any of the festivals, that will be at Seismic Dance Event, and he'll be at SMF Tampa and also Forbidden Kingdom. Any of those festivals you guys have stories from, you can submit to us, submit them anonymously. We have a form, and you can also do Instagram DMs or Twitter DMs, whatever's easiest for you. And last but not least, this episode is brought to you by The Stage. So if you like other festival and EDM related content, podcasts, YouTube channels, vlogs, all the things, you can check out The Stage at stagehoppers.com. That's where you can find my podcast at, Festival Tales podcast at, and Babs Life podcast at as well. So if you want to give us all the support and all those things. Anything else, Babs?
I was gonna say, if you see me at SMF or Forbidden, you're welcome to say hi. There's just come say hi. I'm not worried.
Yeah. And I'll be at Seismic Dance Event, and then I will be taking a break until September. So I'll be on a little hiatus until September. But with today's story, so I read this and I was like, I have to read it because the first line just says that this is my festival horror story. So buckle yourselves up, people. Let's get started. So this is my festival horror story. My Ray fam and I attended Countdown back in 2019. This was our first countdown and we were all super excited. We attended Escape a couple months prior and had a bomb time, so our expectations were high. First half of the festival, so good. Vibes were amazing. We were switching stages at one point in the night to go see Say My Name. As we were entering the crowd, we noticed a man reaching into a girl's pocket to steal her phone. My whole group noticed and ran over to confront the man. Eventually, he gave the phone back and walked away. A little after that incident is when my group took our Molly, and that's when shit started hitting the fan. We noticed this group of pickpocketers following us within the crowd trying to take our belongings. As soon as we picked it up, we fled to another stage. However, we realized that they were able to follow us to the next stage because of our totem. We then went out of the crowd to find security to help us. We found two people in yellow vests that said security on them. We explained the situation to them, and when they wouldn't do anything about it, we realized that they weren't actually security. They were more pickpocketers just trying to be security. Wow. Eventually, our pills kicked in, and we started getting paranoid as fuck. We decided just to go to the next stage and try our best to still have a good night. When we got to the next stage to see Porter, one of my friends wasn't doing too hot, so I took her out of the crowd. We both found a little heating tent and sat in there for about 20 minutes until she felt better. We were able to catch the end of Gladys's set, but after that, my whole group agreed that we needed to just get out of the venue. As we were walking out, that same pickpocketer group was following us out. Oh my gosh. I would be freaking out in this scenario. I would be freaking out. One of them specifically kept walking around me as I walked. I assumed trying to see if any of my belongings were able to be grabbed. I was clenching my phone and my bag as hard as I could. We finally made it out of the venue and sped to our car, which is when we finally lost sight of them and we were able to make it back to our hotel safely. Since that night, my whole group has been extremely wary of our surroundings at raves and festivals. It's definitely a night none of us will be able to forget and hope to never experience again. Wow.
That is a horror story.
I would be freaking out.
It's the fact that they followed you is what's so weird. Like, to me, it was like, because you prevented one of them from getting, a phone or something, they were like,
Yeah.
oh, we're gonna, like, follow them around, like mess with them.
Just gang up on them.
Yeah, that's like kind of what that impression. That's what the impression was for me, at least. Like, that's what it made me think of. Like, they were just at that point, we're like, oh, we can't get money, so we're just gonna ruin attempt to ruin their night, but that's so fucked up.
I would be freaking out, especially when you're coming up on anything like that. It can feel even more intense and you get more paranoid too. And just feeling like you can't escape them. And then I'm really surprised that there was like people pretending to be security too.
Yeah, that one's interesting because
I've
like that's
never
like
heard of
next
that.
level. I mean, like now my question would be is like because their stuff was hitting, like did you just think that like maybe they were pickpocketers because they weren't really helping, you know? Like, because I mean, there is only so much security can do without like catching the people in act, you know? Like they can like they'll like look and be like, oh, okay. Like
Yeah.
until they see it or something like it's so they won't do anything. Like they won't do anything unless there's multiple like reports or something, you know? It's kind of annoying.
Yeah. I've never heard someone pretending to be security like inside a festival, which was like, that's what they're, because I've seen undercovers and like that kind of stuff, but people in just like a vest that says security on it.
I've seen the like YouTube videos of the people that go into places with like construction vests. Have you seen
Oh,
that?
yeah.
They just get in everywhere with like a ladder and construction vests.
Yeah. I've seen people do that with the ladders. Like people have tried out just taking a ladder into random places. I
It's
think I
so,
saw someone get into Disney with like a ladder or try to get into Disney with the ladder and like a construction vest.
oh my god, Disney's the only one I could see that was like on lockdown. Like they wouldn't allow it.
Yeah.
Like, where's your Mickey Mouse permit? Like,
Yeah. Have
but
you had anything stolen?
oh yeah, yeah. So I've
I
had
can't remember if you said it on here or not.
I'm sure I have. I've had a string of bad luck at EDC Orlando. Although that didn't happen my third year, but my first 2 years were, yeah, my first 2 years. First year I was helping one of the girls in our group who was coming down very bad, and she, I put my bag down or something like next to me, and then I like just left it there. I'm assuming I left it there. Well, when I went back, it was gone. So
Oh my
but
gosh.
I'm like pretty positive I was the one who left it there, and that had like my GoPro in it. It had like $150 cash, and then something else, but that was gone. The next EDC Orlando, someone stole my brand new iPhone 8 Plus out of my pocket. And like, I mean, like I've said this before, I'm sure, but it was like within an instant. Like I put my phone up to record part of this Cascade set, and I put it back, and then something else happened. I was like, oh, that's really beautiful. Let me take a picture of that, and it was gone like that quick.
Oh my gosh.
was, and then not only that, that same festival, I lost my phone that was the last day. The day before, I was like sitting. The stage had caught on fire. I don't know if you heard about that. The stage caught on
Yeah.
fire. Our group decided to sit and not go to the other stages. We just sat there and like listened to like the intermission music and like but then when I got up to go get water, I like dropped the group's baggie of party assortments, and those were all gone too. Those were missing.
Oh no.
I had a very rough week that week. And
Oh my gosh.
that like when you lose everyone's stuff, you feel so bad. Like you
Yeah.
and the bag was gone. Like the baggie like was gone. Like someone was like ground score, boom. Like,
Yeah. I was like, someone must have had a really good ground score that day.
oh my god, that reminds me of ground scores at Ubi. Not like bad, like but at Ubi
Yeah.
I found like the stuffed animal, like the little like Ubi character.
Oh my god.
I was like walking out and I was like ground score, and I just
Did you keep it?
I brought it home and I actually don't know where it is right now. I think I left it in Texas. Um, I
Oh.
brought it back to the house, but no, that's funny. I just remembered
So
that.
someone scored it at the Airbnb.
Yep, yep. The owners have it now.
Oh my god. I wanted to get one of those little ubby dubby stuffed animals, but I didn't. I should have.
It's
They're
all
kind of
getting
cute.
better. What?
I mean, they're kind of cute. Those
It
little
was. It
ubby
was. It was
dubby.
very cute. It was. Yeah. It was a stuffed animal. It was great.
I've never had anything stolen from me. I did lose my vlog camera at Imagine Music Festival, but a kind person turned it in, thankfully.
That is very
Um,
wow.
yeah, that was one of those things where I don't know what had happened. I think we like sat down or like stood up, one of those things, and I had set the camera down, and I have it on a hook that like attaches to my my hydration pack.
Mhm.
And I guess I didn't hook it back on my hydration pack, so it was just like literally on the ground in its case. And I think it might have been like during in between like Above and Beyond and Zed's Dead, I want to say. And we're sitting down right before Above and Beyond, and this guy comes by and he was like, "Hey, like, did anyone like lose a nice camera?" And I didn't think to check my bag because like I think thought I put it back in my backpack or something. And I was like, "Oh, well, that sucks for whoever that is." I was like, "No, like we're all good." And I didn't think anything of it. And then Above and Beyond set starts to go on, and I'm going to grab my camera so I could take a clip of like the intro, and I don't have my camera. And
Oh,
I'm like, oh my God, I'm the dummy that like doesn't have her
yeah.
camera.
The realization.
And
Great.
yeah, and so I luckily it was like a friend of a friend or whatever, so that was in our group that was like kind of hanging out with us. So I go up to him and I'm like, "Hey, you were asking about a camera. That was my camera. Like, did they turn it into Lost and Found? Like, did you turn it in?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, a guy took it to Lost and Found." He's like, "We took a couple photos on it." So it's there. We went to go drop it off. I don't know where the guy ended up going, but I'm pretty sure he went to go drop it off. So then we go to Lost and Found, and lo and behold, it's there. She had to like look through my footage and pictures just to make sure that it was like my camera and stuff. But yeah, it was my nicer camera too. So I was like, thank goodness I got that, because I was like freaking out, and the nice soul turned it in.
That's clutch. We've had one girl in our group who was at Lost Lands one year. She like lost her phone, and I'm not exaggerating with you, like 3 times. In all 3 times, like someone returned it to Lost and Found. One time, like she dropped it, and someone tracked us down back into the crowd and was like, "You left your phone." Like just so lucky, and we were like, "Holy shit, girl! Like you better be careful." And then of course the other girl who like hasn't lost it or anything drops it once in the crowd. She drops it and she's like headbanging while she dropped it, and she was like, "Oh, I'll get it in a second. I'll just finish the song," and it was gone.
Oh
Like
my
and we were
gosh.
like, that is so unlucky. Like, oh, that poor. Still to this day, I felt so bad for her. I was like, she literally was just like halfway through the song was like headbanging, dropped it, was like,
Yeah.
I'll get it in like 5 seconds, and it was gone.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Have any of your friends gotten pickpocketed?
Yeah, me and one kid at Ubi.
Okay.
Yep, someone at Ubi got him.
Oh my gosh. That's hard.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I know I've said it before, but I'm now like a big fan of the fanny pack. Like
Yeah.
I endorse the fanny pack. I've got one from Vibration, and it's perfect. I
Yeah.
haven't had any issues ever since. Money, wallet, phone, it's all right there. And then I don't have to have shit in my pockets too, so it's nice to like run around and all that. So get a fanny.
Yeah. So for the people listening, if you ever worry about that, there's a couple things you can do. Like the fanny pack is helpful. I still did the hydration pack, like, but I put my keys, my wallet in very hard to reach places. So that way, like,
That's my
people
biggest
can,
concern. Yeah.
yeah,
I don't trust my bag. If someone's gonna just open it and go in, like I'm like, you're gonna have to go through
yeah.
the waste of me.
I make it very hard. They have to get through some stuff to get to it. And I'm always like double checking probably every hour almost, because usually I'm like fumbling with something, like I'm either taking off the hydration pack or I'm going to the bathroom or like I'm doing something. So I probably check almost every hour for all my stuff. I hold my phone, which I know is bad because someone can just easily boop, but I've just always held my phone and haven't had anything with that. I tried to do the fanny pack and hydration pack at one point, but I was like, that's way too rave mom for me. Like that's too
See, I do
much.
both. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but the fanny pack, like you don't realize you have. Like I swear,
Yeah.
it's not even like in your train of thought. Like you don't feel it on you. It's not
Yeah.
heavy like the hydration pack. It's just there, and you're like, oh, that this thing is on me. And then like
Yeah.
if you put it in the front where like it's supposed to be, not on the side, like not in the back, like people you know if someone's reaching for it. Like
Yeah. True.
like there's no way like
True.
of hiding it. Like they're just going for it.
Yeah. That's so, so true. Also, do you have a lunchbox or do you have hydration?
I have vibration. Yeah.
So
Mentioned the lunchbox to me, which is probably something I should get.
Lunchbox is anti-theft from what I've heard. I just recently got it. I have to check it out for myself. But I've heard good things from people that they have like a little bit more secret compartments and stuff like that to prevent some of the anti-theft kind of stuff and pickpocketers and whatnot.
You have to let me know how it is. I'm definitely intrigued just because I've had those issues before. I'm okay with spending a little bit more money to not let it happen again. So
Yeah, totally. I'll keep you posted on that. I'm trying to see if there's anything else from this story. I still can't get over like the pickpocketers just following them. That would freak me out. I'd be so scared.
we had one girl we knew that like was sitting. It was two. They went away. Two of the girls we knew, and they were like sitting out of the fest, like out of the stage on one of the fences, and like one of them was texting, and some guy ran up and grabbed it right as she was texting, and then just started running. And they like booked it after him, and they were like screaming, like and then he got caught. But like that's nuts. That's bold. That's so bold.
Yeah.
Like right in front of you. Like, oh my gosh.
I think like 600 phones got stolen at Ubby Dubby.
They said something like, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the line for lost and founds was out. Like it was ridiculous.
I remember when we came on day two on day two, the line was so long for lost and found.
Yeah. It was bad. It was definitely bad.
Definitely bad. So be careful this festival season, you guys, with your stuff. Do the fanny pack or make it really hard to get to. Or I have a friend, Devin. He would not come to a festival with the phone. Back in the day, back in like when we were going to festivals in 2017,
That's smart.
he just would not go with the phone. And he knew that was meant for him to not take his phone. And we would all just kind of like, bounce around. He'd be with someone, at some point. So he wasn't worried. I need my phone. I just need it for like pictures and photos and stuff like that. But I could totally see myself not having it if I was like, didn't need to, you know what I mean? Especially if you get like a newer phone. I've also done the trick where I've taken an older phone to a festival. So I think for Holy Ship, I had just gotten probably this phone or the phone before that. I can't remember. I had just gotten a brand new phone and I was like, I do not trust myself on a cruise ship with a phone, like a brand new phone. So I took an older version of my phone with me just so I didn't have to like really worry about it. And I just switched like the SIM cards or something.
Yeah.
You don't even get service on the boat. You just pay for Wi-Fi. It was purely just for like photos and videos and stuff like that. I took it for, and then for when I was traveling back, was able to like, get Ubers and stuff like that.
Honestly, yeah, well, smart. That's a very smart idea. Get a burner phone, everybody.
Yeah. I think I still have that phone just in case. I don't even know if it would turn on, to be honest, but it's there. So those are some things you guys can try and do just to keep yourself safe and whatnot and not have to lose expensive things like your phones and all that stuff.
Yep. Be aware. They are back. So are the pickpocketers.
Yep.
They were out of a job for so long. I mean,
they lost out on all the phones last year.
So stupid. Okay.
Yeah. Anything else, Babs?
No, that's it from me.
Alrighty, you guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. Like we said, don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, all the things, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.